Oh, how much of my calves are you showing?
I mean, I have this real bad cow lick.
Let me see it, flip it. I need to approve your shots. My name is Jesse Driftwood. Should I say my real name? My name is Jesse Corgama, but most people know me as Jesse Driftwood, which comes from a business I used to run called Driftwood. I still run it. Don't know why I said used to. My film was called Baby, Let's Go.
Hi, Dan. I have questions and also a problem to solve. For the past 10 years that Emma and I have been together, it has been a dream of mine to take her on a surprise vacation. Emma, you should wake up.
The film came about because I kind of like did a bit of introspection, some self-reflection. I was like, I don't know if like at heart I'm a filmmaker, you know, like at least in the traditional sense of the word, you know. I've always been drawn to media that kind of like blurs the lines between traditional filmmaking, cinematography, and really like raw, almost, you know, vlog style content. I like when you almost can't tell when one part ends and one part begins. I don't want to try and do something that these people already do so well. It's just, you know, to say is out of my league is maybe a bit harsh, but, you know, so I just wanted to do me, but still push myself to make something new that I've never actually done before. The whole plan from the get-go is surprise my wife and force her out of an airplane. I just thought it would be hysterical to build suspense with her. You've seen the film now, I suppose. That's not how things played out.
I know that you said that you wanted to be here. But I couldn't wait, and you also wanted to film it, so I decided to do this so you're not missing out.
Hello? Okay, so I thought that I had until next Sunday, but you're leaving tomorrow, so I figured we'd tell you before you leave that I'm pregnant.
What I think actually turned out cool is all my favorite documentaries anyways, what makes them so great isn't necessarily the initial premise, it's actually what happened along the way. You know, there's often that twist, which is maybe not what they were trying to make, but it's what made it interesting. So from a filmmaking perspective, I was kind of psyched on the fact that I couldn't follow through on what I was trying to, but I still had to make something. So it's like, how do you navigate the filmmaking process when things don't go as planned?
But you can't get her skydiving.
But I can't get it, I know. But I knew that Emma deserved this. I still wanted to be able to surprise her with the trip of a lifetime.
Toronto to Denver, and then Denver. Wait, is Honolulu in Hawaii? For real? Really?
Yeah, we're going to Hawaii right now.
I don't even believe that. Are you kidding?
No.
Serious?
Yeah.
I still believe you.
Yeah, we're going to Hawaii right now.
I mean, getting into filmmaking, the tip that I give everyone is like, just start, make something. Like, don't be so worried about the overall quality of the thing you're making. Of course you should have like aspirations, ambitions, like you might have a bar that you want to get to, but even when people ask me, they're like, here's what I did, and do you like it? Is this good or is this bad? I don't really care. I'm more focused on, is it better than the thing you made 2 months ago, right? So as long as, at the very least, you're in a trajectory of improvement, I think that's way more important than, you know, a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the thing you're making right now. Because ideally, this time next year, I'll look back on this and I'll still, you know, I'll still like it and be proud of it and I'll be happy I had it, but it won't be as good as what I've made a year from now. So I'm not looking for, is this a good film? Is this a bad film? I'm looking for, is this a better film than what I would have made a year ago? Have I improved as a filmmaker? The hardest thing about this thing that I did for my wife is like, it was still absolutely like, I've always wanted to do this. You know, it's always been a goal of mine to like book off her work without her knowing. So it still was very much about like, just, this is a thing that I want to do for her. But when we're there, trying to balance like filmmaking, like I want to make a thing, but also I don't want to remove myself from this trip with you, right? I don't want to be absent. I still want to be present as much as possible. And so like, I think there was one night where we like kind of had some tension, where we had to like talk through like what that looks like and all that stuff. And then it ended up being like the best night of the trip. It was pouring rain. We were stuck in our like crummy hotel room, and we just like, we put on face masks and we watched like New Girl on a laptop in bed and just had such a great night, which is funny because you could do that anywhere. You don't need to be in Hawaii to watch New Girl in a face mask. I think it would be a less impactful film if I shot it like on a Red or an Ari or something like that, right? Because then it feels more produced, it feels less honest. So having something that when I want to be cinematic, when I want to be cool, I can do it all with the phone, right? But also when I want it to feel raw and honest, I can also do that with the phone. If anything, it's the best tool for the job in that case, so.